Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, and I'm also known as the Inventor Lady. I help inventors get from I have an idea to the marketplace. And while I would rather have you contact me when you're saying, I have an idea, what should I do? I understand that sometimes it just gets away from you, and now you're contacting me when you're saying, okay, I'm out of money, and what do I do next? At whatever point you do decide to contact me, I am more than happy to help and get you back on the right track. Life gets in the way for everybody. Most bad decisions can be corrected, so let's get back on the right track. When we're getting ready to launch a product, and by now I've worked with an inventor from, like I said, through the independent search and patenting and prototyping and engineering. I don't do it, but I help point you in the right direction. Say, that sounds a little bit high. That's, let's try this guy over here. Those types of things. But when it gets down to now being ready to launch your product, now I have a bigger role because it's easier to make a mistake. When I get inventors, there was a young couple I spoke to in the New England area. They had spent tens of thousands of dollars on market research. All they needed to do was go to the trade show. Everybody at the trade show would have said, you really need to keep your day job because this is not going to happen the way you keep thinking it's going to happen. Hundreds of thousands of dollars into this project, and it's just not going to go. It's holy mackerel. If they had called me, I would have, I have an idea point. We could have saved a lot of money. So, trade shows. Why are they important? You can spend tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars on wanting to know why your product isn't selling in the marketplace. How do you get it to the marketplace? Get a provisional patent application filed, get a sexy prototype done, and go to a darn trade show. There is a professional trade show for everything. I've been to the National Asphalt Show. Not very big, but quite productive. Everybody loved the product that we were there showing off. In fact, a couple of people bought one and wheeled it out, put it on their own truck. Fortunately, he had 3 prototypes. So what we're looking for at these trade shows, and if it's a professional show, it's a professional show because you have to show credentials to get in. All right, you've got to be a buyer, a manufacturer, a reseller. You've got to have a store. You've got to have something that gives you the right to be there as a professional. Now, you can generally buy your way in. $250 is kind of the average price we see for tickets these days if you're a nobody. And if they'll just let you in, not all of them will. I know there's some that, it doesn't really matter how much you offer to pay. If you buy a booth, you can get in. It's a pay-to-play side of things. Don't know what else to tell you, but we're generally looking for you to get a booth anyway, because you need to be able to show your product. If you just think you're going to walk the floor and show your product and try to find sales, you will be escorted out. And sometimes they even blacklist you. So yeah, it's a tough game to play. You can go and search and walk the aisles and gather information, making those exhibitors your experts. And you can, a lot of times you can do that. If you can get in with either a $250 ticket, or you might have the right credentials, all the shows are a little bit different. You can walk the floor and ask questions. If they ask to see your prototype, you could show it. All right, but only if they ask to see it. You have to respect the fact they paid to show off there, not you. All right, so when you can, get a booth space. The kinds of information that we're looking for at a trade show, price points, that's one of the big ones. When an inventor tells me, it's like, oh, we're going to charge $15 suggested retail on this. You know what? If most of those types of products are selling for 10 on a store shelf, they're not going to buy yours. They're not going to care. You cannot dictate to the consumer what they're going to pay. They're going to dictate to you what they're going to pay. Made in America is great when it doesn't up the pricing, except for more than a few pennies. But again, if people are seeing similar products on the shelf, they don't look at the box to say made in America. And Lord forgive me, ladies, they don't look to say made by a woman. They just don't. They don't care. They look at the price. Is it going to fix the problem they need? All right. And is it at a price they're willing to pay for? Consumer's guide when it comes to pricing. All right. So at a trade show, you can gather a lot of that information. All right. Bed Bath & Beyond might have one type of price point they're looking at, and Amazon might have another. All right. So you got a little bit of flex in there, but the multiple of 5 is going to be etched in stone. Learn it. All right. If it is going to be a $10 retail product, you got to be able to make it, package it, ship it, and insure it for 2. That's life. Figure out the math. All right, so these are some of the early things you learn. If you go to a show, you're patent pending and you've got a sexy prototype, buy a booth space. All right, sometimes you might even be able to share space with somebody else, split the cost. Call me. I've made arrangements like that before with different inventors. So you can go in and now you can start getting some packaging. Most inventors say, oh, well, I'm going to do it in this kind of packaging. You don't really get to decide. The store is going to decide what kind of packaging. Do they want to put it on a hook? Do they want it to stack? Do they want to set it on the counter? They tell you. Now, if you're selling on Amazon, you can put it in a sandwich bag with a topper on it. They don't really care. The buyer has already paid for it. The buyer doesn't really care. How often do you get something where something is just thrown in a plastic bag from online? But for you, the inventor, it's a way to save a little bit of money because on that type of packaging, you can go out the door for less. All right. More and more stores are demanding that you have eco-friendly packaging, cardboard, as little packaging as possible. All right. You need to know these things. You need to know. Okay. Who's going to be your reseller? This is one of the big ones. You cannot sell all of them yourself. You're going to go broke. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to end up with 5,000 of these in a basement someplace, giving them away as Christmas presents for the rest of your life. That's not going to make your spouse happy or the rest of your family. So what you're looking for now is who might be your buyers and your resellers. All right. This is a big deal because if you get a store that maybe has a chain of stores and they say, oh, we really like this. When could we get it? What are the price points on this? Well, I'm not really looking at manufacturing. I would like to license this. Who are your suppliers? I will practice this. Say after me. Who are your suppliers? This is what you need to know. All right. They'll say, oh, I've known Paul forever. He's one of our main suppliers. Could I get Paul's contact information from you? Now, when you contact Paul, you say, oh, I met this store owner at this show. He's really interested in my product. I'm not manufacturing, but he said you might be interested in licensing. This is how it starts. All right. This is the dance we do at a show. We're going to the National Hardware Show again in May. I take 25 inventors who are teed up. You're looking for that next stage. You're looking for licensing. You're looking for the buyers now. You're looking for the price points. Maybe we're looking for the bigger manufacturer. All right. Maybe you do want to be a startup and you've got the ability financially to be a startup. There's a lot of information that we gather from a show going, and we're on the main floor. All right. We're doing all the advertising. So when we're going to a trade show, when we're talking about a launch, you get the biggest bang for your marketing dollar at a professional trade show. That's it. In a nutshell, when you are at this point and you are ready to launch your product, no inventor comes to me and says, oh, I've got a money tree in the backyard and I can spend as much as I want. Everybody has to watch their dollars. And by now you've spent a ton of money. If money is an issue and this last phase, you catch yourself saying, oh my God, now what? I'm out of money. Archimedes' offspring is an option for this phase. All right. We call it the third tranche, but it's really everything has been done. And now you are in the valley of despair because you've got maybe a really cool idea and no money to get through that last phase. Call us. All right. The worst we can say is no, but you've got nothing to lose. It doesn't cost you anything to ask. All right. There are options out there, inventors. Call us. Check in. Look for your next professional show for your industry. There's one for everything. And then set your timetable based on that. And one of the things that inventors always say, well, time got away from me. Life gets in the way for everybody. Get back on track. If you've got a date you're shooting for, a target date, and you are trying to get this product out there, having a hard deadline is the best you can do for yourself. And if you miss it, set it for the next one. All right. But what we're looking for then is getting that product to the show so you can show off, so you can talk to people. All right. Product launch. Use your dollars wisely. They're not growing a tree in the backyard. All right. Make good business decisions. Call me. My name is Rita Crompton. I'm the Inventor Lady. Rita at inventorlady.com. Easy way to get a hold of me. And we'll be talking about another topic tomorrow. Talk to you later.